Hey guys, this morning I wanted to show you a little bit about the living soil that we talk about a lot, the method that we use. So this is one of our beds. It's kind of a mess because I take lettuce all the time, and sometimes the ugly lettuce I'll put on there to cover the ground because it composts back into the dirt. I have a mix of chives, some oregano, some lettuces, some garlic, some onions, some cilantro, bee balm in the back. But what I want to focus on is the soil. So as you can see, I have a covering. The covering we use is arborist mulch and even some rabbit manure. Yes, I'm touching rabbit manure. When you raise rabbits and you garden, it's just one of those things. So when you move the covering over, there's some white fungi, there's microbes, there's all sorts of living things in the soil. This is what soil is supposed to be like, because all of those things work together to create your living soil. The worms move the nutrients around, so there should be worms in here as well. So what we do is we don't till. So what does that mean? Not tilling is pretty much we just keep adding more to our soil by layering. So when this dirt goes down some, we add more arborist mulch and it'll break down. When I move the mulch to plant, I add compost when I move the mulch. It's a layering method. I will add some of the methods in the description, and there will be methods like no-till, Hügelkultur, Permaculture, and back to Eden method. So what is in this soil? Right now it's a bunch of roots and things. See, because I have quite a bit of things growing. And when I cut back plants, I usually cut back down to the top or to the bottom, and I leave the roots in here. And the reason why I do this is because I want the roots to decompose. Look at this, it's beautiful. I can just move it with my hands. So I'm gonna put this back down here, and I'm gonna add the covering back. And I'm gonna show you a little bit more of what I'm talking about. So our whole garden is a mix of arborist mulch, compost, hay, rotting bedding, and just plants that we put down here and there. These are fairly new beds for my potatoes and for my onions. We added native soil and we added compost, and then we did the layering of the mulch. Actually, on the bottom of these beds, we also did sticks and cardboard, different things so that when the soil goes down, it'll turn all this into soil and nutrients for when we plant our plants. Some of the yard is messy. You see all the grass, but it's just one of those things. When you get good soil, the weeds and the wildflowers, the natives, they want it too. Let's look in here. So this is fairly new. I added a bucket and I put some of our worms, and I added compost or worm castings and veggie scraps, brown material, and I'm hoping that this can become another worm bin, but in the ground. So you can see all the good stuff. When I move this, there should be worms breaking down things. I have a layer of cardboard here. Oh yeah, did you see it? Sorry. Look at that. Look at those worms. And all that under there is going to be broken down into a worm casting compost. This is called vermicomposting. We have a vermicomposting bin in the other area, and I just wanted to try to do this by my beds. I mean, this is a bed here. I need worms in this bed. So I'm hoping There's holes all around this bed that they go down into the holes, and a lot of them can come up in the bed. So I want to dig a little bit into my bed and see if that worked. Here we go. I don't really have much growing here, so let me see if I'm achieving this and if this soil is achieving this. I don't dig too far down. I just want to see just enough. Oh. I did one scoop, and look, we have worms. Yes, see? Take care of your soil, guys. Don't just go to big box stores and buy bags of soil and then just keep making that a habit to do that every single year. If you want a base of soil, that's fine, but work your soil to where it works for you, that the living things in the ground work and do everything for you. We rely a lot on our worms. We rely a lot on the fungi and the microbes, all of the living things that God has already put in here for us. Let's go check another side of the garden. I'm sorry. My husband's not here to edit, so this is what it is. So this is a fairly new bed I'm starting for my tomatoes. In here we have 3 rows, one here, and one here. What I added to this was worm castings, rabbit bedding, and rabbit manure. I'm gonna let this sit for a little bit until my tomatoes get ready to plant out, and then I'm gonna add just a little bit more mix of probably coco coir and worm castings, kind of to top it off, and then I'll do some mulch around my tomato plants, and that's all I'm gonna do. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have rabbit people in your area. If you do, go on the gardening pages and ask for the rabbit manure. A lot of people are willing to just give it away, but if not, they'll give you a big feed bag for maybe $5. That is a score. Rabbit manure is full of nutrients, and I'll probably write that in the description as well. Our wildflower bed, look at all these wildflowers. A lot of these are pink ladies. The primrose, evening primrose, they love it here. They love our wildflower garden, and they come back every year. These are cone flowers. They're getting ready to come. Look at this. I have lemon balm that hasn't popped up yet. Look at these. I planted some bulbs. I don't remember what these are, so if you know what these bulbs are, comment and let me know, because I'm super curious and super impatient. I also like to put a bunch of wood pieces and different things. This was a broken terracotta for wildlife. I like them to feel comfortable in my garden because they help me, especially with pests. And when you have enough natives like we do in the garden and perennials, they don't really worry about the veggies. So that's a good thing too. There's lavender over there. So going back to where we started, make sure you are taking care of your soil. It's worth every ounce of work. Be sure to check out the description for all the information. Love you guys.